So, uh, sorry for the mistake. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I am excited to share my findings of our pilot study, the feasible and preliminary effects of a structural pool scuba dive training program for adults with severe visual impairment. My name is Chiu Yik Ho. I am an occupational hospital authorities. I am also a diving instructor for the disabled and also the chairperson of International Association of Hand-in-Hand Divers. And my co-author, Dr. Connie Tran, she is an ENT specialist in UK NHS. She is also a scuba diving instructor and the treasurer of IHD. So next slide, please. Okay, let's start with the background. As a society becomes more aware of the social inclusion, people with visual impairments are participating more actively in adventures and recreational activities. Among these, scuba diving has seen one of the biggest increase in participations in recent years. We already know that from existing research that scuba diving can bring significant benefits to people with various physical and psychological disabilities. However, when it comes to specifically to individuals with visual impairment, the scientific evidence was still limited. This gap motivated us to conduct this pilot study. Our main goal were to evaluate whether a structural pool training program is feasible for adults with visual impairment and to explore any preliminary effects on their physical functions, daily living, quality of life, and mental health and sleep. So next slide, please. You may ask why scuba diving rather than any other sports? Because scuba diving is one of the only extreme sports that's focusing on relaxation, focus on your breathing to control your buoyancy. The underwater environment provides a unique space-like experience for individuals with visual impairment. This feeling is profound magnified and free from relying on sight. Visual impaired diver experience complete sensory immersion through touch, sounds, and spatial awareness, which you cannot find in any other sport. Next slide, please. Thank you. And also scuba dive for disability is well developed. The certification level and standardizations are organized to ensure safety. So next slide, please. Yes, okay. You can see the two organizations, IHD and SDI. They they have designed different diver level and the requirements of the diver and the number of co-diver. For example, if a diver cannot fulfill the both rescues and also assistance to the buddies, the diver will be dive with at least two certified diver. One of the diver must be IHD or SDI instructors to handle any expected situation to ensure the maximum safety. So next slide, please. Last but not least, the adventure experience and its international recognized certification system facilitates the sense of self actualizations, and that's why we believe scuba dive could be one of the best adventure sports for the disability. So next slide, please. Now, let me walk you through the method. We recruit seven adults with severe visual impairment through the Hong Kong network for the Promotion Inclusive Society, an organization to facilitate equal participation of the disabled person in the community. In in the right upper pictures, you can see the banner. It means fear dragons, the pronunciations of which sounds like blind and deaf in Cantonese. It is a distant running team consists of people with visual and hearing disability with mutual support. And all participants was assessed by the doctors and medically clear to dive. Next slide, please. Before the program begins, the participants complete a set of baseline assessment. The same assessment will repeat after they finish the 4 sessions. We use several validated tools, including the functional independence measures FIM and the Lawton instrumental activities of daily living to scale for functional abilities. The SF36 health surveys for the health-related quality of life, the WHO5 for well-being index, and the Pittsburgh sleep quality index, and also the depression, anxiety, and stress scale for the psychological issue. So next slide, please. The program consists of monthly 3 hours pool scuba dive training sessions over 4 months. And next slide, please. Yes, okay. The programs consist of monthly 3 hours pool training sessions over 4 months, starting from April of 2025. Training takes place entirely in a controlled pool environment with 2 lifeguards. Every diver will lead by 1 scuba dive instructor and 1 scuba dive buddy to ensure the maximum safety. The training contents include tactile hand signal and gear assembly, pressure equalization to pinch your nose to equalize the ear pressure, the regulator recovery and curing, and also the neutral buoyancy in the pool, and etc. For the let's move to the results. Out of 7 participants, 4 complete all 4 training sessions and both the pre and post assessment. Among the 4 completer, we observed several encouraging improvements, particularly in SF36 and sleep quality. Change in other measures such as functional independency, instrumental daily living, and overall well-being and psychological distress were similar or inconsistent. This is not surprisingly given that the small sample size. Importantly, no participant report any adverse effects or injury during the training. The program proved to be safe in this controlled pool setting. Next slide, please. In conclusions, the improvement in health perception and sleep quality are particularly encouraged. These benefits may come from several sources: the physical activities itself, and the development of new skills and confidence underwater, the strong social support from instructor and the peers, and the psychological empowerment that come from participating in activities that may cite people consider challenging. Of course, we must interpret these results very carefully. This is a small pilot study with only 4 completers, and there's no control group. And the change we observed are preliminary. And nevertheless, this pilot study suggests that structural pool training scuba diving can be a safe, feasible, and potentially benefits activities for adults with profound visual impairment. We are already planning a second cohort of 6 visual impairment individuals to join the training. This will help us to expand the evaluation, refine the program, and proceed to ocean environment. Thank you very much for your attention. The next slide, please. It will be the reference pages. And also, next slide, please. I would be happy to take any question, and thank you for your attention. This is the memory and smile from last year's in the pool training. You can see me and Dr. Connie Chan leading the visual impairment divers in the pool training.